Here's tonight's winning lottery numbers. KVUE 24 News is next. Where the news comes first. This is KVUE 24 News at 10.
As Longhorns prep for Penn State, questions keep coming up about Coach John Mackovic's future. Recycling all your holiday trash, it may be easier than you think. And single-engine planes, how safe are they? Good evening, I'm Kim Barnes. Nikki Jackson has the night off. Topping our news tonight, safety in the sky. Authorities are still trying to figure out what caused a small plane to go down just outside of Bracketville, killing an Austin couple. The wreckage was found yesterday. 2 small planes have crashed in the past 3 days. Are these planes unsafe? KVUE 24 Shelton Green visited an airfield to find out.
Christmas Day. A single-engine plane flown by Carrie and Jamie Lindley of Austin goes down on its way back to Austin from Del Rio. Both are killed. The same day in Austin, a Dallas couple in a rented aircraft reportedly run out of fuel and crash into this house near LBJ High School. They both survive.
We are human, and because we're human and we do have frailties and we forget things.
John Wyrick is a pilot in his spare time. He says most problems with small planes are due to human error, and that's why he doesn't leave anything to chance.
We have our checklist, these things that allow us to go over and make sure we didn't forget things. And beyond all that, it's practice, practice, practice.
Wyrick checks the fuel for contaminants, the structure of the plane, fan belts, even the tread on the tires.
We're checking along the lines and making sure all of our rivets everywhere we go, none of them have come loose, rotted, or rusted. We're checking all the different bolts that make up the wing and all the surfaces and all the things that we have known to commonly go wrong.
All of this checking still doesn't guarantee a trouble-free flight.
You can't ever tell when your plane's going to go out, but there again, you're always looking for scenarios where you're going to land if something occurs. You really don't have any guarantees, but your training is the thing that's going to protect you if you have a systems failure.
Shelton Green, KVUE 24 News.
Pilots we talked to say the 2 most important things to check: the weather and the condition of the plane. The bottom line, they say, small planes can be just as safe as the larger ones. Making the skies safer with the state-of-the-art X-ray machines. Chicago O'Hare Airport will be the first to get one of the new baggage scanners. More than 50 machines will be installed at airports across the nation to check baggage on international flights. Here's how they work as we take a look at news from around the world. New baggage scanners are more accurate than ever. Once a suitcase enters the scanner, 2 monitors reveal what's inside. Here's how. First, an X-ray is taken of the suitcase, creating a cluttered image that may detect something like a bottle shown here, but not what's behind it. Next, a CAT scan is taken of the suitcase. This produces cross-sectional images that reveal not only the bottle, but explosives like dynamite packed behind it. The machine automatically detects and highlights the dynamite in red. President Clinton announced 3 new proposals to protect children from airbags. They include giving automakers the green light to install less forceful bags and making it easier for consumers to have the devices disconnected. The government will propose the new rules Monday. Newt Gingrich's ethics troubles have some representatives wondering if he deserves a second term as Speaker of the House. 8 Republicans won't commit their votes until they get more information about Gingrich's confession to rules violations. The House votes on the top spot January 7th. And in Lima, Peru, 20 hostages are now free. Leftist rebels released them after face-to-face talks with a government negotiator. Ambassadors from the Dominican Republic and Malaysia were among those released. 83 people are still being held hostage inside the Japanese ambassador's residence. Folks in the Northwest are bracing for another blast of winter while still trying to dig out from the last storm. A storm Thursday dumped more than a foot of snow in parts. It closed major highways, delayed flights, and left hundreds in the dark. About 200,000 homes and businesses are still without power in Washington and Oregon. The San Marcos Police Department needs your help finding a missing teenager. Her name is Dalia Villanueva. She's a teacher's aide at Bowie Elementary School in San Marcos. The 18-year-old Hispanic girl is 5 feet 10 inches, weighing about 165 pounds. The teen has limited use of her left hand and left leg. She was last seen at work on December 22nd. If you've seen her or have any information about her whereabouts, call the San Marcos Police Department at 512-753-2300. One little girl in Indiana is still glad to have some hair. The new Cabbage Patch Snack Time Kids doll is supposed to eat plastic French fries. But when the 7-year-old was cuddling her Christmas gift, it began snacking on her hair. Rescue workers had to remove the doll's face and more than 20 screws to free the girl. The doll's maker, Mattel, says fewer than 10 such incidents have been reported. Well, now that the gifts are open and the new year is almost here, it's time to get rid of all your holiday trash. You don't have to just throw it away. KVUE24's Robbie Owens shows us how you can make your holidays live on.
The Zilker Park tree is a much-loved Austin tradition, but when the lights go out on the holidays, dropping off the green Christmas tree at Zilker Park for recycling has also become tradition. Burton Hackney agrees that it's very Austin.
Here, I think, and we're just trying to recycle and do something a little better than throwing it away.
Over 2 weekends, we pick up 40 or 50,000 Christmas trees.
Mark Whelan is with the city's forestry program. Despite today's park drop-off, he hopes that encouraging Austinites to drop the trees on the curb at home will lead to year-long recycling of all yard trimmings.
A huge percentage of what goes into landfills is organic waste that can be used for something else, composted down and used for mulch or, in this particular case, oftentimes dillo dirt.
Do I want a tree? Sure.
Still, the benefits of recycling isn't the only lesson to be learned today.
What do you do when their cars drive up?
Ask if they want to make a donation.
It's a minute, okay?
6-year-old Emily Jasso and hundreds of other volunteers get the joy of giving a helping hand and handing out seedlings so new trees will grow.
Okay.
Don't know what to do with that growing collection of greeting cards? They too can be dropped off for recycling at Bookstop and Barnes & Noble bookstores.
I thought somebody should get some use out of them. They're pretty and I shouldn't keep them because they're cluttering up my house, so.
Kim says she likes the fact that Texas mental health mental retardation clients will use the cards for art projects. So from the trees that will become mulch to the cards that become new crafts, in Austin, the holidays really don't end in December. Robbie Owens, KVUE24 News.
Remember, if you have Austin's pay-as-you-throw garbage service, you can leave your tree on the curb any Monday for yard waste pickup beginning January 6th. But if you don't want to wait that long, you can drop off your tree at Zilker Park tomorrow between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. Other drop-off locations will be open January 4th. You can also recycle another piece of your Christmas celebration, wrapping paper. If you don't want to clutter up the landfill with your used paper and ribbon, call 450-0765. The Capital Arts Therapist Association will pick up your donation. The holidays are winding down for many people, but for others, the celebrating is just getting into full swing. Today is the third day of Kwanzaa, a celebration of African-American heritage. KVUE24's photojournalist Epi Vasquez visited Highland Mall to find out what Kwanzaa is all about.
We are celebrating Kwanzaa. It began in the United States in 1966 when Mulana Ron Karenga, who is a Black Studies professor, introduced it as an African-American holiday. He went into Africa and toured that country looking for value systems, customs that he could bring back to Africans in this country who had lost their roots.
Kwanzaa means a coming together of the African-American peoples to celebrate something positive. It's good for my people to learn something about their roots and have something to pass on to the younger children.
Take part in tomorrow's Kwanzaa activities. They get underway at 6 at the Rosewood Recreation Center. Well, everyone knows the winter weather can affect your health, but for newborns, the cold temperatures can be deadly. We'll tell you why babies are more prone to SIDS in the winter. And some are calling it a miracle. A little later, we'll tell you about a phenomenon that's been uncovered in Nashville. That's when KVUE24 News at 10 returns.
We're going to see the development of some patchy, dense fog across central Texas tonight and the possibility of some rain in the forecast for tomorrow. We'll take a look at the 5-day extended outlook when KVUE24 News continues.